This is the big news, friends. We are going to have... Hi friends, Tracy here from the Sewing Channel. Welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. This is only my second video in my series, Winter Slow Sew. So you really haven't missed anything yet. I am going to post a link to the entire playlist in the information box, and possibly I'll pin it too. So that way, if you're coming across this in the future, you can know that if you click that playlist, you can find all the videos where we talk about this slow sew. I've changed everything about the way that I am doing this slow sew. So I've totally unpicked the slow sew that I did with all of the bricks in the last video. I'll pop a video here. I still have a ton of these to unpick because I'm still going to use the pretty fabric in the front. I'm simply only changing the batting and the backing. Ugh, I know, it's so much work, but I feel like it's totally worth it. In my last video, I talked about this quilt right here and how fabrics have a frequency. And this is my linen quilt, and it's so fluid and so lovely, and I've been sleeping with it, and yeah, vibrations are totally high. If you missed this video, I will link it below as well. You definitely don't want to miss it. Oh, and I have a huge surprise. Let me start to sew, and I'm going to tell you that surprise. We're doing everything the same as far as wrapping things up here and glue basting. We're still going to use our school glue, our stick glue, and wrap everything up. So the batting that I changed here to all natural cotton batting, and I bought it at Walmart. Remember that stuff that I talked about in the last video about the wrap and zap where it had just 100% cotton in it? It's the batting you use when you make those bowl cozies. Well, that cotton is perfect because it has no extra chemicals and such in it, which makes for a really nice all-natural type quilt. Well, I ended up using that wrap and zap because I had some of it, and it has, you know, no polyester scrim and such on it. It's just all natural. And the other thing I switched was all cotton. Yeah, they don't have any all cotton in the bobbins. I couldn't really find any for the Aurifil. I don't know. So there's no little magnet thing on the bottom to help hold on to my needle minder, but I can actually glue a little magnet on the bottom if I wanted to stick it there, and I might, so I'm not sure yet. Someone in the last video down in the comments, and I forget who it was, had mentioned that I was holding the brick wrong. I was holding it like this to do the applique stitch, and so she said to turn it this way and have, you know, me looking at the edge here and digging in this way. And I have to tell you, whoever you were who said that, you're a genius. I immediately tried that, and that one little change, just maneuvering this piece while I appliqued stitch, that was wonderful. I mean, that was a game changer. It felt more natural doing it this way. So yeah, so thank you. Those little things with hand sewing that you might not think you need, but you do, right? I mean, you don't know what you need until you figure it out, and then you're like, oh yeah, I totally needed that, right? Yeah, that was a nice little tip, and she had been hand sewing for years, I believe she said. Now for this Quilt As You Go, all these back pieces that you see here that are on here, they're all different colors. That's totally okay with me. These are all like linen shirts, and this turquoise one was a huge find. It was actually a full 100% linen turquoise suit. I mean, the skirt, the blazer jacket that went with it, I mean, oh, it was beautiful. So of course, you know, I cut the lining out and stuff and only saved the linen. I know some of you have mentioned in the comments that you couldn't find too much linen in your thrift shop. Well, you really have to look. You have to go to each department. Like I'm talking the men's department for the pants, the blazers, the shirts, the shorts, everything. The only section that I don't really go to is, I mean, I do for my grandkids, but I don't look for linen there, is the kids section, because there's really not anything to speak of there. But in the women's, you know, any kind of little jacket, or in the pants, blazers, that area, you really will find a lot of good linen. I mean, you really have to look. Once you get the feel for finding linen, you won't unforget that feel. You will definitely know. And a lot of times they have the blends, you know, the cotton and the linen blends. I try to stay away from that for the quilts, but now if I find something that has cotton and linen that maybe fits me or something, you know, I might grab it for clothing wise. But other than that, I don't want to put anything but 100% linen in the quilts that I make. You know, be it the backing or all over. Like this one I did, I bought the sheet and I bought all these linen clothes that I cut up. But for this one, I'm doing just all linen clothes for the back and then, of course, the cotton front. Oh, and it's important to note, too, that this fabric bundle that I had, this fat quarter bundle, it's called Jubilee by Tilda. And my friend Di from Sister Chicks Quilting, when I went to her quilt retreat, she gave me a nice little gift bundle of the entire fabric line of Jubilee. So thank you to Miss Di from Sister Chicks Quilting. Every time I use this quilt, I'm going to think of Di, my friend, my quilty YouTube friend, right? That's a good introduction into the next thing that I'm going to talk about. So I'm not sure if you've heard me ever talk about the 3 quilt amigas. I know I have some short videos that are on my channel where I talk about the 3 quilt amigas. The 3 quilt amigas are myself and Di from Sister Chicks Quilting and April from April's Craft Room. And we called ourselves the 3 quilt amigas because we have a running text group between the 3 of us where we bounce things about YouTube off of each other, right? Just to see what they think about ideas or, you know, just quilty ideas and just different things that involve sewing and such. So we decided, the 3 of us, here I go. This is the big news, friends. We are going to have a quilt retreat. And it is going to be amazing. Oh yeah, there's going to be 100 tickets available. And it's this spring coming up. And it's wild. It's taken quite a long time for us to get moving on this because we had to get sponsors and different things. And it's just going to be crazy fun. The quilt retreat is going to take place in Missouri, like really close to the Missouri Star Quilt Company, which is going to be major fun because it'll be within distance if you want to leave the retreat and go there on your own or do whatever, right? So the retreat center itself is the Hotel Hamilton, and it is super nice. They actually made this quilt retreat center specifically I can't say the word specifically, for quilters in mind to go there. They have, you know, machine rentals if you can't lug your machine. We have meals are all included. We have door prizes. We have so many sponsors. One of the biggest sponsors, can I tell you, is Juki Junkies, and they have sponsored to give away. One lucky retreat winner will win the Platinum Collector's Edition Juki TL18 QVP at this quilt retreat. You get one chance to win with purchase of a retreat ticket. There's a certain amount of retreat tickets for the full package available, and there's also commuter tickets available. So say you don't want to stay at the retreat center and you want to just, you know, stay at a hotel, or you want to get together with a bunch of your girlfriends and rent out a Airbnb or something, you can do that and buy a ticket for that, and that counts toward the 100 people that'll be there as well at the retreat center. So you will still be able to get in to win that. There's so many door prizes, friends. Now it's one ticket to win per person, except if you buy the VIP ticket, which the VIP ticket, you know, we're going to take care of you if you're a VIP ticket, but there's only 20 available, and you'll have a meet and greet with the 3 amigas, April and Di and myself, and we're going to have a little bite to eat, and you get an extra swag bag and specialty items that I've made, Di's made, April's made just for this special VIP bag, and just time with your favorite YouTuber, really. Spend a couple hours with us just chilling and getting to know us and us getting to know you, and it's just going to be a ton of fun. So the link to check out the website and everything where you can actually buy the ticket for the retreat goes on sale on Friday, November 15th and until they sell out. So, but it's not until April, and we also have an option where you can do payments too. So you don't have to pay right away the whole amount. You can just, pay it over time because it's not until April. But it's kind of nice to have something set up so that way you can just pay slowly on that, right? So yeah, so that's the huge surprise. Is that big or what? I mean, it's going to be fun to be in Missouri and to be able to go right down the street to or I don't know how far it is really, I shouldn't say down the street. I don't know how far, but it's not far at all from where Hotel Hamilton is, where we'll all be staying there. We're going to have bingo prizes. We're going to have just loads of fun. Might be a couple classes. I don't know yet. That's still in the works, but it's mostly going to be us all getting together to not only just get some of our quilt projects done, but kind of get to know each other and just hang out and just, talk and quilt and just do all the things, I'll probably bring my slow sew here if it's not done. Hopefully it'll be done by, oh my word, April. I would hope it would be, but you never know. You never know. After I get this applique stitch, I'm going to put some together like this to show you how I actually get them on there even now. Because on that last video, after I was doing them for a little bit, I noticed they were all veering to one side, and you have to make sure these are even. So I'm going to show you that too. Little trip and tick. Little trip and tick. Little tip and trick. Oh my goodness. So what do you all think? Do any of you want to come to Missouri and meet April and Di and myself? It's going to be major fun. And plus, you're going to be with 100 other quilters. So, I mean, what's more fun than that, right? Even if you don't buy the VIP ticket, you're still going to get a major, major swag bag from us because, that's who we are. We're givers. No, for real, it's going to be fun and well worth it. Well worth it. So now what I'm going to do is find the center. This is how you're going to make sure that everything is nicely even and straight. You're going to first fold this together. Make sure you're looking at all the ends here to make sure that everything is nice and flush. And then you're going to just clip them like that. You're going to get your heat erasable pen. Make sure that you get a good crease here. And then where that crease is, make sure these ends are right. You're going to come in and just mark that. Hold that again on this side and make a mark. Okay, so once you have found the center on both the top and the bottom area there and you've marked it, for the sake of time, I've already sewn these two together, but I'm going to show you how I sew this with this using the same technique all the way through, that I sewed these two together with. The one thing that I did differently, because I was using polyester thread before, and polyester thread is way stronger than this stuff right here. This was one of the main reasons why I never use this, is because it's so weak. I'm going to double up on this thread. So I haven't quilted these yet with my DMC floss. That I'm going to wait and do after I get them in sets of 3. That's what I've been doing anyways. So you can see here, this one, yeah, this one's quilted. You can see the back probably better. So this has been quilted already. And these have been quilted, so hopefully you can see those. And I'll show you how I quilt one of them here. These lines to keep things center is extremely important, and doubling up the thread is extremely important too. So I'm going to line this up here with these two blocks, and I'm going to center the lines I made with this seam that's along here. So I'm going to center that up, and I'm making sure that I have the one end coming over here to match up the center line on the one that's already connected here with this one, and that this is lined up. That is very important, because when I did not pay attention to that, it was all lopsided. It was crazy. Clip the center where that line is and where the seam is. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to clip that one end. Now, since I'm going to start at this end, I'm not going to worry about clipping that just yet. And then I'm just going to simply clip that. I'm not going to try to hide that thread. It's going to be hidden already. Now I'm going to come in and do that again, make another knot. Knotting double thread together. I can get rid of this clip here that was on the end. Now I'm going to move this clip down. I'm going to make sure that I'm center. I'll tell you one thing, this linen, the needle just glides through it like melted butter or something. It's crazy. It's very, very soft fabric. I'm going to try coming in from the corner here on one of the other ones. Okay. Once you come through, then you're going to grab from the center area where that seam is, and you're going to grab the top where that line is, right in the center of the single block. And you're just going to give this a couple whip stitches real quick. You're not doing anything fancy. If these come out, it's not going to matter, but I am going to knot it there real quick, and then I'm going to snip it. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to make my knot, because now I'm going to do the entire way across here. Now you can see here I've got that stay stitched and that center stay stitched. And make sure too, if you have directional fabric, that you're going in the right direction, because you'll be mad if you mess that up, right? Now I'm going to come on over to the corner area here, and I'm going to come out the one corner. Pull your thread through. Find where that line is, that center line on that other fabric. Come through. And then after you get a couple stitches in, go ahead and give yourself a double loop knot there. Just like so. And now you can tell from this point if you need to ease any one block into the other, because there might not be room on the one side or whatever. So that's, it's really important, because if I were to keep going and didn't realize that this had a tiny bit of ease, it would shove this way over into this block's area, and then that next block that was going on there wouldn't fit properly. It would be overhanging or whatever. So we just want to make sure that we're consistent with that. Now I can go through and I'm just going to whip stitch this. And I'm only grabbing just a tiny bite on both sides. I'm going through both sides at the same time with one swoop of the needle. And it goes through so softly, can I tell you? It's just incredible. And I use my board as my thimble, because I don't really need a thimble for this. And honestly, I haven't really had to use the board that much, because even with the glue basting on the linen, it tends to still be so soft. So yeah, you're just going to keep going until you get to the center, and you're going to reinforce the center area, making sure that that area where those other two blocks come together are nice and snug. So tell me, do you guys watch April's channel? Do you watch Di's channel? Let me know in the comments. I'd like to know if you all are viewers over there as well. And also let me know if you think you might come to the quilt retreat. I mean, it's just going to be so much fun. It's going to be fun for us girls too, us 3 YouTubers, to get together. I have met Di in person, and Di has met me in person, and Di has met April in person, and yeah, April and Di. And then me and April have never met, which is crazy because we talk like we know each other. I mean, we do know each other. Oh, also with this right here, this cotton, you want to make sure that it doesn't twist up. Sometimes it twists up and, you know, it'll cause issues. So yeah, it's going to be fun to meet April. She's a blast. Di's a blast. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see, what else is going on? So when I said bingo earlier, what did you all think? Did you think, oh, smoke-filled room with daubers and stuff, right? Back in the day, I used to go with my mom, and we used to go to those. I remember they were fun, like $20 or something we'd spend, and I'd get like 4 cards, or I don't remember how it was. But I was in charge of getting the bingo stuff, so I'm going to be making up cards, and I have a real bingo machine that has the balls in it and everything. And, you know, of course, we're not going to keep the word bingo, right? So I think we're going to change the word to quilt. That'll be fun. Q-U-I-L-T, same amount of letters, right? I don't know. It's just going to be fun. We've been really thinking outside the box and just really trying to come up with some fun stuff. If you all have any good ideas of what you would like to do at a quilt retreat, leave them in the comments. We could use all the ideas. I mean, I only have been to one quilt retreat, and that was Sister Chick's quilt retreat. I've never been any other one. I've never hosted one, but luckily Di has hosted many a quilt retreat, so she knows her beeswax. So it's going to be a really, really good quilt retreat. It'll be top notch. Okay, so I'm at the end here, and everything has sewn in nicely together because we stay stitched those 3 spots real quick. And now I'm going to go in and just take a tiny bite here at the end. I've already reinforced a couple times, and I'm going to go in once in the loop, and I'm going to go in again and make a double knot here. And then I'm going to come back and do it again, just because I am a double knot kind of person, a quadruple knot kind of person. And now that last hole that I came out of, I'm going to go back in near or around it or in it, and I'm going to go back in through the brick here. That's what these are. These rectangles are bricks, and because it's a brick wall quilt. Come through and out the other end somewhere, so that now I'm leaving the tail on the inside. Give it a little tug, and then cut that off. And now what I do next is I'll take it, and you see how it kind of looks like that, you know. Take it and I'll press out the crease and bend it in the opposite direction of how it wanted to go. And when I do that, it tends to lay nice and flat, as you can see there. Very good. Okay, so next we're going to do some quilting. I'm going to grab my number 8 in ecru, my DMC floss in the ball, and I'm going to grab my needle that is easy threading, where you just take it and just it pops on the top. This is the best way, I'm telling you, to utilize this DMC floss is with that, because when it comes off, it's so easy to put on. So let's see, we'll take about that much. Tie a knot here at the end, doing a little quilter's knot. Now, there are lots of designs, and I showed you lots of designs in the last tutorial. But the one I have been really liking is the circles. And I'm going to take this right here, this round of this, and I'm going to make a circle here with my dry erasable pen, my heat dry pen, whatever. And then I'm going to take and do a smaller one here. And then, I don't know, I think this one's too small. Oh, we'll try it. We'll do a little small circle here with the other end. Oh. Oh yeah, that'll be cute. And then figure out what you want on the other ones, but this one I'm just going to do for now while I got you here with me. So with these, I'm just going to come in. You're going to come in far away to where one of the edge of the circles is, and you're just going to come out. And then you're going to pop that through the hole there so that that way you're not and will be hidden here. There you go, pop through. And now I'm just going to go around this circle, going in and then rocking my needle back and back up. Now with the circles, I tend to do one stitch at a time because it's a little tricky, you know, because it is a circle. I mean, you know, I want to keep things straight. So I'll just go around and around. Doing them 3 at a time like this, I think it's just going to make the blocks more even in the end too. Just take tiny bites all the way around the circle. Oh, yeah, there we go. And then when you get toward the end and you need to pivot, you're going to stick and travel that needle to the other circle and then come up and finish it. And then it will leave an indent on the back and the front of the circles. I love this one. Let me know too in the comments how many blocks you've finished so far of yours. And then when you want to close things up, you're just going to make a loop with that floss and grab your needle and bring it as close down that knot as you can to where that's going to go in at that thread. And then we're going to pop this needle, the easy thread needle, back over our floss. And then we're going to come back in, not all the way through the back though, just bury it along here within the batting area and then pull this through. I already heard it pop through. There we go. So I'm not sure if you can see that. The little one looks like I missed a stitch there, but that's okay. So there's 3 little circles, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do over here. So yeah, so I have all of these yet that I need to, let me set them here. So I have all these left here that I need to sew up. These all have been glue basted and they're just ready to be appliqued up. I've got a lot of work ahead of me. And you have a lot of work ahead of you. You have to figure out whether or not you're coming to the 3 Amigas quilt retreat. Click the link on your screen to check out the first video in this. Definitely click to check out whether or not your quilt is dead or alive. Until next time on the Sewing Channel, take care.